You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument.
Oh, yes, Lord.
You are God all by yourself.
You are God, you
You
are.
are God from beginning to the end.
Are you worthy of trust, character-wise? Can this person trust you with a project? Can this person trust you? You went out for a mission and you come undefiled. Can you be trusted? Or the way you have been living, it has casted many questions about your character. To the extent that your wife does not believe anything about you. She has to keep on screening on you every time, scrolling your mobile phone, moving through your chats and checking if there is something. This person lives in suspicion with you. Can you be trusted? There's some wives, when they see their husband talking with the opposite sex, they shake.
Yeah.
There's some men, when they see their wives talking with the opposite sex, they shake. Because this person has shown and proven to you cannot be trusted. Okay, some men cannot be trusted even with their own daughters. The daughter is there, the wife when he goes to work is shaking. You cannot be trusted even at home alone. The wife is worrying. The husband is worrying. Are you worthy of trust? This is a question. Not meaning, are you worthy of trust? If you are not worthy of trust, then you are unfaithful. So we are talking about you being able to be reliable, trusted. Can person rely on you? Can somebody trust you? So my husband does not trust me. Are you worthy of that trust? My wife does not trust me. Are you worthy of that trust? Because the wife cannot wake out of nowhere and then fail to trust you. The husband cannot wake up from a dream and then say, from today I will not trust you. There must be something that he must have demonstrated that made this person begin now to doubt you. There must be something.
Yeah.
You must have done something. So you would like to command that I want to be trusted. This wife doesn't trust me. She does not believe that I am capable of doing this. Are you worthy of trust? Or you are somebody who is not worthy of trust? So check yourself. If you are not worthy of trust, that means you are not what? Faithful. Now, another word that describes faithful is consistent with the reality. You are consistent with reality. There are some people who are not consistent with their reality. They don't know the times they are. Maybe you are demanding the same amount of money you are receiving before COVID-19. You are not consistent with the reality because the business has gone down. Some men are not being paid the way they used to be paid. So some things are not normal. So you need to sense and understand how the reality is. You are not persistent or consistent with the reality. You must sense the reality. There are some wives who put demands on their husband when the husband, they know very well this man does not have money. You know this, there's no money. You understand this now. And then you put that reality. There are also men who put demand to their wives and they know this person is sick. This person is not feeling well. Yet you want sex with this person who is not feeling well, who is not okay. And then you see, she has left me. She is not even guessing me what I want with her. Are you consistent with the reality? Or you have forgotten the reality? Some men demand to have sex with their wives when their wives are not feeling well. Some wives demand money from their husbands when they know there is no money. So you are not consistent with reality. So you have to be sensitive enough to understand what is this reality.
Yeah.
What is the real issue here? What am I supposed to do in this kind of a situation?
Yeah.
So I want you to understand that you must be very sensitive in marriage relationship, that you will not move away from being realistic. You must be real. You must be real. You understand that this time we don't have this. This time is the time we are lacking this. This time, if we were eating meat and there is no meat, I will not start mentioning meat when I'm eating this food because I know there's no money. I will be irritating someone. I will be causing someone. I will not mention about some issues that require money, and I know this man has lost the job. This man, there's nothing we have kept. I know the account. I know everything. I will not be unrealistic. So you are supposed to be realistic. You are supposed to be real. Now, there are 4 ones that we checked in the book of 1 Corinthians 1 verse 9. God is trustworthy. Trustworthy. That means whatever he says, you can take it to the bank. Trustworthy.
Yeah.
We can trust him. Then this God
It's reliable.
is reliable. So you can rely on him. Whatever he says, it's okay. It's true. Rely on it. Then see, God is true to his promise. So are you as a woman true to your promise? Are you as a man true to your promise? When you got married, you give your somebody a promise. I will love you alone. I will be with you alone. I will walk with you alone. I will stick to you as long as both of us shall live. And so I give you my promise. Are you sticking to those ones? Are you true to that promise that you said that I will keep this promise, or you are shifted to something else? Are you really true to the word that you give? When you say, I will buy this, do you do it? When you promise, I am going to do this. There's some promise you can promise and fail when there is a reason, because you're not God. You can say, I will buy a car, but the economy changes the way it has changed. You can promise to take your wife out somewhere. The deal that you wanted and the money you expected from that collapses.
Yeah.
So there must be a reason why you did not do what you said you will do. There must be a reason. But just promising something, and yet you are in the position of doing that which you promised, but you run away from your promise.
Yeah.
That means that you cannot be relied upon. You are not true to your promise. It cannot depend on you. You are not dependable. So somebody says, don't look for something else, I'm bringing food. People will not listen to that. They start looking for food because they don't want to sleep hungry, because they know you always say that, but you don't do it. You always promise children. Some children even know their parents. Yeah, they always say this, but they don't do it. So they are not ready, and they are not prepared for such things, because they know the parents were not ready. The parents say things that they don't do. Can you add something on that?
Wow. For them that are already joining us, we are in the Divine Marriage Program, and we welcome you on board, and we thank God for you. You are following. We are handling something very sensitive, and of course, it requires people who are bold enough, especially in such a topic. Many who are not true to the cause. Most of them, they cannot take it. But if you are willing for to be changed or to be transformed,
we are telling you the truth, the wonderful truth.
This is the word of God, and we are basing everything in line with the word of God. And of course, now this is the area that is making many people to have a lot of pain in their hearts, and they are struggling. Couples, when you allow unfaithfulness to come in your marriage, you struggle a lot. You struggle a lot to believe your spouse. You struggle a lot to rely on him or on her. You struggle a lot even to have a testimony. And there are many people who don't know their spouses anymore because something that was not there developed on the process. And this is the cause of many marriage breakdowns. And we are coming so that if you had drifted from the course, you can go back in the course. In the book of Hosea, chapter number 2, God is speaking to the children of Israel, and he's talking about unfaithfulness. And we've heard that faithfulness, it is the cornerstone. It is the cornerstone of the character of a person. And when a person drift from the course, from the place of foundation, from the place of faithfulness, then what happens? There are some things that follows. And I'll read chapter number 2 from verse number 2. God is saying, God's unfaithful. Hosea is speaking about God's unfaithful people. This what verse 2 says: bring charges against your mother. Bring charges. So when you drift from being faithful, the charges are laid against you. That's why many couples are arguing. You told me this, you have never did it. I hand you went and you did ABCD. I received this and this information from your email. I read this and this conversation from your phone. Because anytime you begin to do unusual things, if I begin to do something that I was not doing before, when I receive a phone call, I go somewhere, I begin to talk. When an SMS comes in my phone, I am reading while hiding, then of course my husband will begin to suspect me. There is something that will begin to develop, and the time he will get my phone, he want to know what kind of message came in, so that my wife behaved the way she behaved. The same case, if I see something unusual, that is now what will begin to rebuild or to build mistrust. So that's why many couples today, they are not trusting each other, because my husband used to leave his phone. He no longer leaves his phone. When he's going to the loo, he's carrying his phone. When he's going to the bathroom, he's carrying his phone. These days, even when he's sleeping at night, his phone is under the pillow, so that in case
some passwords that you cannot access.
And this has really disturbed many couples. So we are coming to tell you that faithfulness is something that makes the marriage to be very transparent. It is something that makes somebody to be very open to one another, and you are very free to this person, because you know whatever this person is doing, it is not for harm. It is for our good. And now we can see God is talking to the Israelites. Of course, when we are talking about this, God is showing or displaying his character of marriage between him and Israel. And now he's bringing something because of unfaithfulness. He's saying, bring charges against your mother. Bring charges, for she is not my wife. So when unfaithfulness begins to knock the doors of any marriage, then there is something that is expected, either separation or divorce. If it knocks and knocks and knocks without being attended, without being handled with care, let her put away her harlotries from our sight. So whenever people begin to be unfaithful, there is that thing, that there is that look of unfaithfulness that is portrayed in the faces of persons. If a husband becomes unfaithful, that man cannot look directly to the face
of the wife.
Yes, the same case to the wife. If the wife begins to be unfaithful. Even when she's talking to her husband, she cannot look directly. She cannot face this man. She is somehow guilty, and there's something that she is trying to cover. So God is saying, let her put away her harlotries from her face and her adulteries from between her breasts. So, and this what number 3 is saying, lest I strip her naked and expose her as in the day she was born. So many people have become unfaithful until their marriage has been exposed to shame. Until their marriage has been exposed to something that is not worthy, something that you cannot even like to identify yourself with. So when you fail to be faithful, then there are some things that will not be able to hold into your marriage. They will begin to break, they will begin to disintegrate, and you will begin to walk in shame. And that is not the will of God at all. So we can say faithfulness. It is a pattern which is seen in relation to God. So as long as you are reflecting God, as long as you are relating with God very well, you will relate with your husband very well. You will relate with your wife very well. As long as you are faithful to God, you will become faithful to your husband. You will become faithful even to your place of work, as you say. You will become faithful even in church. There are people who are not faithful at all. They, even when others are praying and fasting, they cannot pray, they cannot fast. Even when others are committed to the activities in the church, they feel that they are very special. That is for the maybe certain classes of people. And this is why we are coming here to let you, or to let us understand that to remain faithful, it is a decision. You decide that even if there are things that will come my way, even if there are some temptations that I'll meet with, I will overcome because I decided. Understand, when you settled with that man, there were many men. There were many men out there. But you fell in love with that man and you made a decision, this is the man. There were many women out there and you decided just to pick that one woman, the way she is, the way she was, and you started this journey with her. So there is no room of turning back. When you enter into a marriage relationship, there is no room of maybe room for deciding any other decisions. That very decision to settle with that person, to do what is right in the life of this person, this is what is expected if you fear God and if you are a believer and if you are a Christian. But somehow we tend to know if a person is faithful or unfaithful when there are trials, when there are temptations, when there are some challenges. This is the time.
In other words, every love is tried.
Every love is tried. There are some people who cannot maintain their faithfulness
when they are tried.
When they are tried. When our wife becomes sick, or when a husband becomes sick. I remember I gave a testimony here another day. Our wife got an accident and she broke from her hip. And she was admitted in the hospital for several months. And by the 7th month, the husband just comes in the hospital to check on this wife with another woman. And the husband told the wife, I could no longer wait for you. And they went and they left this woman crying. So when your love is tested, especially maybe you are not, maybe your husband does not have job anymore, maybe your wife, or you have gone to the doctor and you have been maybe tested.
So when your wife is sick, or your husband is sick,
yes,
it is your faithfulness that is under trial.
Yes.
You are being tested. Can you stand? Can you still wait? Or can you look for another way of meeting your demands or your needs?
Yeah, simply because of sickness. So especially when that trial is there, you should be bold enough. You should be strong enough. You should pray very hard, because you know there is no temptation that there's no temptation that does not have a way out. Always God will give you a way out. And when a sickness comes, you should be very, very strong in faith. Very strong in faith. Because when you are strong in faith and you are praying for your spouse, you are praying for your husband, you're praying for your wife, God will touch that person and this person will be healed. And of course, another thing, there are people that can get into marriage, first year of their marriage, second year of their marriage, there's no child. And from there, some of them cannot wait. Some of them cannot tolerate.
So when the child is delayed or the child is not coming.
Yeah, some can even purpose to terminate their marriage. I remember I met that lady who got married, and she was telling me she stayed, I think, for 2 years and some months, and she was kicked out of
marriage because she could not have a child.
Yeah, and when she went out, she was now divorced by the husband because of lack of a child. She just decided to go and maybe see if she had a problem. And before the end of that year, because now she was maybe frustrated and she felt as if the world as
and the shame and everything.
She decided to go and look for a man, and before the end of the year, she was pregnant for another man, and she had a lot of pain. If my husband could have waited, if my husband could be strong enough that we wait. So
the husband was not real man.
Yes, I think he adhered to the pressure. There are some people they are pressure. They get pressure.
A real man does not collapse under any pressure.
Amen.
We always say this. There are so many men who are capable of wooing a woman, but there are very few men who are capable of loving that woman for lifetime. Very many men can woo a woman. They can try to bring her into love, but not many men can love one woman for a lifetime. It takes a real man
to love one
woman only. There are so many men, but very few are real. That's why we always insist before you get into a relationship, you need to understand what kind of a man am I getting involved in.
Yeah.
There are what we call playboys. They can play anywhere. But real men takes the woman as a woman, and they are able to take care of the woman, and they are able to take care of the woman and not to break her heart. The playboys, they can bring this today, tomorrow they spirit this, and they can really
can propose to five.
They can propose to five at the same time. So a real man knows that he is created to love and to love one woman only. The real man knows I am created to love, but not every woman.
And of course, even
to love one woman only. But this man is very mature and he understands. Playing around with many women is dangerous. So he maintains that one woman. So he knows how to love this woman, and he knows it is foolishness to exchange women at a random. It is foolishness. It is foolishness. The men who exchange women and they boast of how many women they get married to. And they boast how they got it because the other one could not do A, B, C, D. They are the most foolish men in the world. Any man with more than one wife, even if he has a title, is a foolish man.
Or sleeping with this.
Or sleeping with this and bringing this. That's why even politicians, you should not elect politicians with more than one wife. They are foolish. They will not help you. They will not help you to do that. Their education did not teach them that real men are supposed to love one woman. So when you see people moving from one wife to another, having this, having that, they are foolish. They are not wise to understand that you are supposed to love one woman, not taking which woman for another woman and another woman at the same time. No. True men commit to one woman. True men. True men, if you are a man and listen to me, you will agree with me. If you are not a man enough, you will not agree with me. But true men commit to one woman. They love a woman in safety of a permanent relationship, that's marriage. They love this one woman in a safety of a relationship called what? Marriage. So they take the one. When they love this woman, they marry and keep her, maintain her, love this woman, give them everything, including their name. They share their name with them, attach their name to them, name them, take them around. Love one woman in a million ways, if there is a million ways. So this one man, they know they need to commit themselves. They understand what is commitment in love. And they can be depended on. Because they hang and they stay in that relationship, you can depend on them. Those men who are strong are faithful. It is only weak men who are unfaithful. Strong men, listen to me carefully. Strong men are faithful. It is those who play weak. These are the ones that cannot control their loins. But strong men, they know how to control their loins, and they are faithful, and they keep the word that they promised to that one woman. They are conscious enough to remain with that promise that they made to that one woman, and that woman can count on them. That woman can sleep knowing this man is true. This man is faithful. This man is faithful. It is only true men who are able to do that. The weak men, they cannot do that. True love, I want you to understand, please. True love is not romance. And it is not sex. True love is not romance. And it is not sex. There are so many women committed to love their husband and to sleep with them anytime they want. But still the same men cheat. There are so many ladies who have committed themselves to sleep with men so that men will not leave them, but men left them. So true love is not romance, and it is not sex. So when you are in romance, you are in sex. You don't think it's the true love. But both romance, and also sex is demonstration, or is something that keeps you or shows you that you are expressing love. You are expressing love. But remember, some sex is not expression love. Romance. Now, what does this show us? True love is commitment. True love is commitment. You commit yourself to this one person. That commitment. You have committed yourself in a relationship, true to the cause. Not commitment. Is that what shows true love? Commitment. That you commit yourself to this person. You are not a playboy. That means once you are in love, it simply means you are responsible. So it is a responsibility. So once you are in love and you are not responsible, there is no responsibility. There's some people who want to have men, but they don't want to be responsible to them. You want women, but you don't want to be responsible for these women. So you will try to have those relationships because you know they are not touching you. I want you to know this. If you don't live responsibly, you regret the opportunities that you are given in life. Solomon married many wives. But at the end of it, it says it is vanity.
Yeah.
It will not help you. It will not build you. Many men have broken the covenant on being faithful. Many men have broken the covenant of being faithful. They have broken their responsibility, the vows they made to their wives, and they have run away from the pledges that they pledged, the vows that they made, the promise that they promised, the ones that they spoke, and they said, we shall keep this. Most men have broken their pledge. They have left cowardly the cause that they were pursuing. There are those who married with the intention of 1 month, but this one did not last for 4 months. You are not able to maintain the cause. You are not able to adhere unto that cause unto the end. So most of the men, they ran away, and this is something that causes pain in most parts of in the most women's life, because they have really been kept wondering what really happened to the man that I married, to the man that I gave my heart, I gave everything. Why has he decided to destroy and break everything? So many people, they have run away from their own responsibilities. Men have run away from the children they sired. They have left women to struggle with the same children. And they have got lost to the hands of some other women to bring the children up, the children that they never sired. In the name that I want to have peace. This woman gives me peace. And you left the woman that you married that vowed before people that I will stick to this, I will love this, I will walk with this. And this is what is making many people to have pains and cry. So many men cannot be trusted. So we may teach this and sing about this, but there are some women who are wondering, can I trust this man?
No,
can I trust this man?
As you are saying this, right now where we are, even in our nation, there is an alarm, because I don't know now whether it is because of the course that men took, and of course the seat, the pace that they already set, because right now many women are going out. Many women, the statistics and what is happening, many women, some of them, they are not comfortable with their husbands. They have become, you cannot also rely on them, because some are bitter, and because of that bitterness, it has caused them to go and revenge.
They are revenging against men.
They are revenging against men. And others, when they undergo a test, they married a man who was up there, the man who was well up, the man who was controlling a lot of cash, and there is no business any longer, there's no company, no money. So some of them, they cannot hold on to that season of trials. They cannot stay maybe in a cheaper estate where they are paying maybe a certain amount of money. They were used to stay a high life, and some of them, they have really broken the vows. They have broken the covenant of their marriage, and that support of God is no longer there, because there is a class that this woman was in, and now this man cannot hold this woman into that class. And some of them, when they go maybe at the place of work or wherever they go, they are withheld with esteem by some other men out there. And these men, some of them, they can give them a good amount of money. They can take them out somewhere where their husband not
they are
able to
giving
take
them affection.
Yeah, they're giving them affection and affirmation. And some of them, they have been trapped. They'll go and they'll come in the evening in the same house, but they have messed themselves. They have done evils, and they'll come. And that is why, please, we are saying the fear of God is everything. When you have that fear of God, you will not cheat on your husband. You will not go and find yourself in the hands of another man, and you will have that boldness to come home, to come, and you're in the same bed with this man. You are no longer interested. You come and you begin to say some things. You are tired. You are, maybe some of them, they will have.
When they say they are tired, for sure some are tired because what they did before.
Let us not go that way. But not everybody who says that she is tired has gone out, but some of them. So we are calling upon people to develop the fear of God. Even if you meet yourself in a state where your husband has no job, that does not give you a mandate to go out and sleep with another man, to go out and hang with another man. And you come with food at home to feed your husband with food from another man's pocket. That is a big crime. If you are in a season of lack, please try to manage whatever you are getting without sinning against God.
Do you know there are some people who commit or become unfaithful in their marriage not because they want money?
Yeah, I'm talking about that category.
Allow me to finish this.
Okay, yes.
Not because they want money, not because the husbands are not satisfying them.
Yeah.
There are some people who just do it out of curiosity. Because
but that is not normal.
They are immature to the extent that they don't understand. They want to explore, maybe. They want to check. Because, or others for a prestige. There are some people who are not mature enough, women, who think when they sleep with a certain class of men, it's like they have handed value to themselves.
But those are ugly women. Like they should not be in the category of...
I say they are ugly women.
Yes.
They are even women in the church.
Yeah.
The people who sleep even with their pastors.
Yeah.
What they think. They feel maybe there is a class. I want to feel like this and you want your boss. There's a woman who committed adultery, was asked, why did you do this? What were you lacking? Say nothing. But I felt to have a class. I felt like how I wanted to feel how it feels to have your boss, sleep with your boss, sleep with your junior, sleep with this. So you see, these are the kind of roots that are developed in many people, that foundations that are supposed to be demolished. Because once you follow the roots of that person, you will find that the mother cheated.
Yeah.
You will find that they have been in a line of cheating in their relationship. They are never known for faithfulness. So they have a spiritual foundation of unfaithfulness.
Now, what can you advise? Because there is something that you have said. There is the category that desires to sleep with their boss. There is a person in the church who desires to sleep with this.
Because he wants to see the anointed.
Now,
the anointed man of God
what are
is
the
different.
What are the
it's
consequences?
different from others. It's all of them is sin. Whether you sleep with the so-called man of God, you sleep with the chief apostle, or chief priest, or chief what, all of them is fornication.
And adultery.
And adultery.
Yeah, and it will
And it will bring, God will punish both the adulterer and the fornicators.
Yes.
Whether you sleep with your boss, That does prove that because you slept with your boss, you are better. It shows that you are not a real woman.
You have degraded yourself.
You are not a real woman. You are not a real man. If you can do that, you bow to the senior, to the senior because they are senior and they want to be engaged in that. So I say this kind of curiosity or this kind of desire or lust is caused by, in some places, it is caused by a foundation.
A wrong one.
A wrong one.
Yes.
In some areas, it's also caused by territorial powers. Because their cities are known for cheating.
Yeah.
They are known for prostitution.
Yes.
They are known for evils. So, like in Corinth,
Yeah.
when you entered into Corinth,
Yeah.
you should have been stable. For you to become faithful and live with that kind of faithfulness, it's demanded you to be a person of very high morality.
Yeah.
A person who is
Character.
very connected to God, and the fear of the Lord is governing. You can see now, when you understand the foundations that are reigning and you are able to deal with those foundations, you are being able to move out. So I advise people always, when you see your father as a character of cheating, your mother as those characters, those things may be in your traits. You need to be delivered from that. You need to challenge those orders. You need to challenge those authorities. Because if you don't challenge them, slowly by slowly, it just comes like a desire. It comes like a feeling, something that or anger. You want to do this, and this anger will push you. There are so many people who regret why they did it.
Yeah,
there are so many people who regret, why did I cheat? Because they could not see the reason after they're doing that. But already they have entered into the list of them that have ever cheated on their partners. And that is what the devil wanted to bring you into that kind of wickedness. It has already made your testimony to go away. Because you cannot stand and say, since I married this man 17 years away, I am still faithful to the same man.
Yeah.
So that testimony is already lost. And you can repent, you can do that, but still you know there is something wrong that you did that you should not have done it.
Yeah.
And this is the cause of the sum of the wounds that we are talking about. You are injured because you did something that you were not supposed to do. So we are living in a generation where people are covering up issues. We hear things have exploded when it is too late. And that's why we are come out boldly to tell you there are things you need to watch out
And you deal with.
and deal with if you are going to stand and become faithful. If you don't want to be among the casualties, the people, the great names, the great heroes that have fallen. And the devil has used this scheme of sexual immorality to bring them down. And it has given several names in several places, in several areas, in several sectors to suit what they want to say. You have earned mipango ya kando, you have earned all those things to try and justify things that are happening. But we want to bring you the word of God as the men of God. Number one, it is possible to love one woman until you die.
And one man.
And one man is possible. And it is possible for you to come out of a background that they never knew what is faithfulness, but you can still be faithful.